Hey guys, it's Jay. Happy Monday to you. Hope you are doing fantastic. Listen, I've been thinking over the weekend about something, and I need your help. I really don't know exactly what my take is on this, and so I want you to chime in here in the comments below, because I'm just not sure about this, and I'm usually pretty sure about things, but I'm not this time. And the question is this: is all video all the time? Is that what we really want? Is that the game plan? Because look, video changes everything in every circumstance. Let me give you an example. Remember a couple years ago, Ray Rice, who was the running back for the Baltimore Ravens, and he hit his wife in an elevator in Las Vegas, and that was terrible, and everybody condemned him, but nothing happened to him. There was no major repercussions until the video was released. Once that video was released and you could see it on video, the incredibly compelling and visceral nature of video totally changed the results of that incident. Without the video, he would still be playing football. I submit to you that, and I think I'm 100% correct there. Think about, just in a more recent example, the United Airlines circumstance. So passenger gets bumped off the flight, passenger gets roughed up on the way out of the plane, passenger has a bloody nose and a concussion. I really do not believe that any of that would have been much of a dust-up. Certainly, United wouldn't have lost a lot of stock price. You wouldn't have all of this like shockwave, and now it's a meme, unless there was a video of that incident. And I know that to be true because a couple days later, a guy had a scorpion fall on him in a United flight, and that was brushed over in 2 sentences. Why? Because there was no video. If there's a video of the scorpion on the passenger, we'd still be talking about that. Video changes everything. Now, this has always been true. In fact, they say that one of the reasons why the Vietnam War was such a challenge for America is that video of the atrocities in Vietnam on both sides were on the news every single night. Conversely, they say that one of the reasons why we're still embroiled in a lot of controversies and military actions in Afghanistan and other parts of the world is because the news doesn't cover that kind of military activity on a daily basis, right? If you tune into the news, if you turn into Facebook, you tune into anything, you're not going to see people being shot in Afghanistan on a daily basis, generally speaking. We just don't cover it anymore. Therefore, while that video is out there, it's not as powerful as it may be. But see, the difference now, guys, is that video is everywhere. Like, every single one of us has the capability and maybe the culpability and certainly the capacity to create video at all times. And in some cases, we're building that in automatically as like part of the operations. For example, police body cameras, right? More and more police departments are equipping their officers with body cameras so that there's no question about what happened in a circumstance. Many taxi cabs now have cameras in the vehicles as well to clear up any misinformation or confusion in trying circumstances there as well. But is this what we want, though? Okay, so on the surface, maybe that sounds like a great idea, but is this what we really want? Look, I get it. It's great when video allows us to document and capture malfeasance and get some element of justice. I think we want that. I guess that's fine. But do we want a world where we have massive transparency and lack of privacy all the time? All the time. I mean, there's certainly a lot of recipe for abuse there. I think we can all agree to that. And this, I'm going to date myself now on this reference, but do any of you remember the classic Gilligan's Island episode where they got the mind-reading seeds from the mind-reading seeds bush? And at first, it's like, oh, this is so cool. We can read each other's minds. How awesome. And then by the second commercial break, it was all going to shit. Like, everybody was in a fight. There was all kinds of drama, all kinds of unintended consequences. And I actually really wonder if this sort of all video all the time era is, like the Truman Show, thank you, Vincenzo, good comment, is going to end up like the Gilligan's Island mind-reading seeds, right? Seems like a great idea, but lots and lots of downsides. But maybe I'm wrong. I genuinely do not know exactly how I feel about this, which is why I wanted to devote this episode of Jay Today to this topic. On one hand, it seems great. On the other hand, it actually scares me a little bit. So I want to know what you think. Comment below. I'll chime in there as well. I think this is an important topic and one that we all should be thinking about before we turn those cameras on all the time, or before we think, hey, what a great idea, everybody is wearing a camera around their neck or a GoPro on their hat or whatever the circumstances may be. That's not to speak of all the hidden cameras that are out there that we don't even know about. So that's it for today's Jay Today. Sorry to not really give you an advice or a conclusion today, but I just really don't know. I want your thinking on this. And as always, this show is brought to you by my friends at Emma. Get more from your email marketing. Go to myemma.com. They will hook you up, right? Just got back from their conference last week, Marketing United in Nashville, which was fantastic. Love what those guys are doing out there in the email marketing community. Until probably Wednesday or so, I'll be back. See you then with another episode of Jay Today. Thanks as always for watching. Reminder that you can subscribe to these at jtoday.tv, which is where I post them on YouTube, and you get an email notification when that occurs. Thanks as always. Love you guys. Bye.